right through that card. Now that's not magic, but this is. I can actually move this pencil all the way through the 5. You can see it move through the fibers of the card just like this. It's actually crazy. This trick uses the fiber diamonds and this special black hole device. What we'll do with it, I'll place it on top of the 5 like this, and I'm going to outjog it about half its length to here. And now we'll use this pencil. The first part is not magic. Watch. All I'm going to do is attempt to pierce a hole all the way through the playing card just like this. But watch, this is the magic part. All I'm going to do is move that hole just like this around in the 5. You can see it moving back and forth and around the card. As easily as it goes in, it comes straight back out. And now you can see the 5 is completely healed. So is the black hole device. And if you want to learn the secret to this gimmick, then just keep watching the video. The most popular tutorial I've ever made was the Sharpie through card video, and at this moment in time it's got over 3 million views. After hitting over 100,000 subscribers, I wanted to do a special tutorial today and follow it up by making a new version with a pencil that moves through a playing card, but this time it's going to happen in slow motion, ultra visually. But I will say that this is an even more extreme build than the last time. But like they say, nothing in the world is worth having or doing unless it means effort, pain, and difficulty. Roosevelt said that. And whilst we're on the subject, this was me 3 years ago. I was fat, I worked at a toxic job, and I was so miserable I was drinking myself into an early grave. And then one day I decided enough was enough. I ghosted the toxic job, started working out, and went teetotal. And in 3 months I went from this to this. And I know I don't talk about this much on the channel, but it's almost 3 years later. I'm healthy, wealthy. I've just crossed 1,000 days sober. Just crossed 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So much. But most importantly, my life and my family are all filled with love. But it wasn't easy to get here. It was hard work. And the most difficult thing I faced throughout all of this was that I decided to make those changes in the middle of a global pandemic, meaning I was really isolated and I had nobody to talk to. Had I known about today's paid partner in this video, BetterHelp, I would have immediately reached out and begun using their services. BetterHelp is an amazing online therapy service that connects you with a credentialed therapist who's trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Go to betterhelp.com/Lloyd Barnes or click the link in the description below, answer a couple of questions, and you'll be matched with a therapist usually within 48 hours, so it's super quick. The best part is you connect with your therapist through your phone or computer via phone call, video chat, or messaging. And if you don't hit it off with who you're matched with, you can easily switch to someone new. I know there are so many of you watching this video that were just like I was, looking to make a positive change or to get yourself out of a massive rut. And the easiest thing you can do right now is just start talking about it. Talk it into existence. If you've been watching my channel from the start, you know this paid partnership is a pretty big deal because I've turned down every single offer I've had before, but I really believe in BetterHelp and their services. Over 90% of the people that watch my channel are male, and we are notorious for not talking about what's going on up here. And we really need to. So if you want to start making some positive changes in your life, when there's some things going on, head to betterhelp.com/Lloyd Barnes or click the link in the description below. Start using their services and you'll also receive a sweet discount on your first month. Now, crack them knuckles and let's dive into this gnarly build. Grab yourself 2 random playing cards and tape one of them to the table face down. Next, grab yourself a circle cutter and extend the blade out like this. Set the radius to 3 centimeters. Carefully remove the card from the mat. Remove the top piece of tape and then tape the other card to the face of it. Now using a scalpel, you're going to cut around the hole here. Remove the tape from the card. Take some neodymium magnets, the link's in the description below, and you're going to tape them into these bottom corners here next to the circle. If you need to cut away the excess, do so now. Take double stick tape and apply it all over the face of the card with the magnets on. Take these two cards and then carefully align them, sticking them together as best as you can. Now take a 5 of diamonds specifically and tape it gently onto the gimmick you just made. Using a craft knife, cut around any of the diamonds that you can see and then around the rest of the circle. With your 5 cut out, turn it over, take 2 more magnets and place them in the corners next to the hole, and they'll stick to the other magnets. Make sure everything is square and then tape these magnets on. Place these off to the side. Now take a blank card and you're going to create a hole in it for the pencil just above center. Take a scalpel and draw a cross with the scalpel around here. Now take a pencil and push it through this hole and twist it to round it off. And now you're going to take your scalpel and cleanly cut away around in a circle. So now you've got a hole like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's good enough. Grab another random card and you're going to cut out a square down here from just beneath the halfway line up to about this edge here before this dot and all the way down to the line here. So follow along. It can be quite loose. Like this. Take your blank card and tape these two cards together. I tend to do just the bottom and top edges here. Now take a pin and pierce 4 holes, one through here, here, right here, and right here. Take some invisible elastic thread and cut off 4 7-inch strands. Now you don't need one, but it makes the next part a bit easier. If you take a sewing needle and then thread the elastic through the eye of it. I'm actually going to double thread this for the next part to make sure my springy mechanism is much stronger than usual. And I'm now going to thread this double thread through both these holes on this side of the card, then tie a double knot in it. I'm just taking both the threads at the same time and literally tying a really simple double knot into the threads. Once that's done, I'm just going to snip away the excess thread. Then I'm going to repeat the process on the opposite side of the card. Now I've taken the 5 and covered it in some double stick tape right here, all over the card, and 2 magnets that will line up with this card. And I'm going to stick this 5 onto this gimmick here, making sure everything is square. Now I have a card that snaps. I'm going to trim away as much of the edge of the white card as possible. And what's left is this gimmick. There's one more step left to take. I've taken half of another 5 of hearts, and what I've done is stuck magnets to it that will line up with this card here, just like this, okay? Finally, you are ready to perform. With the 5, make sure you have a strong light behind you and you point the half card so that there's no shadow, alright? So you want to check your lighting conditions. But you can flash these both sides like this, as long as you don't flash here. When you're ready to perform, take your black hole card and lay it on top of the 5, so the magnets are aligned down here. And I'm going to cover this circle with my hand as I out-jog the card, and I use my thumb in the circle to out-jog the card, and as I do, I'm going to take the half card forward with it. And the reason you cover that circle is so they don't see this, alright? So I do this, and I make sure I line up the circle perfectly there. Underneath, this is the view, this is the half card. Now I introduce the pencil, or the Sharpie, whatever you want to use, and I'm going to apply some pressure underneath the card, and I'm going to drag the slide forward with my index finger like this. Just enough so that you can see the hole start to appear here. Okay, and I kind of use my middle finger to cover this hole slightly so they don't see it coming forward. Now I place the pencil through. I want to place it quite far through so that they can see it coming out the other side. And now I want to move this back and forth, but I don't want to put any downwards pressure so this happens. Okay, so I want to keep my index finger here, and I can move around now, showing like this, making sure to apply pressure. And when I'm ready to remove the pencil, I literally just pull up and relax and let everything go, and that will shoot back into place like that. Okay, so I come here, move it all around. It looks really, really convincing, really good. And then I can just pull straight out like this. And now I could, at this point, hand the pencil out to sort of give me a bit of misdirection. And I'm going to slide this back, but I want to cover this hole because I don't want them to see this happening. So I pull my fingers to the front, I slide back, covering any dirty work that's happening here, which is that. And now I can pull this backwards. The magnets will keep that 5 there, and it looks immaculate to the viewer. It looks like there's no way that could have happened. And now I can show this. To switch these cards out, if I have a regular 5 of diamonds and a 10 of spades with a hole in it on the bottom of the deck, on the table, I can take these cards, drop them on top of the deck, and then pick up and switch everything over, handing out the 2 top cards to finish. Subscribe to learn more.